Welcome everyone. This is what I call pick a card. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Jane. I'm a psychic and an energy intuitive. And I created this channel to help people with everyday life, to help assist with relationships, love, understanding, advice, encouragement, healing. And this is the part where you just focus on the cards, pick the one that draws your attention and holds it. That's the one that has your main message. You can pick more than one card, and don't overthink it. And all my sessions are timeless, so whenever you find this, it's the right time for you to receive this message. Don't try to force anything or try to make anything fit. And with that, let the magic begin. I'm going to start with group one. Okay, welcome group one. Let's see what you've chosen here. All right, so this is number 21. And before I begin, actually, the number ones and twos. So I've been getting series of like 111, 222, 22, 222, like 21, 12. There's like all these twos and ones, and they're really, I don't know what they mean to you. So all the shoes fell from the sky. Okay. There's a message in that card that they want me to provide you when we get this going here. So they asked me to bring out, and look, number 21's on the top here. They want me to pull out one of these cards to read to you at the end of this reading. So we'll see what Spirit has in store for you today. That shoe looks like a skunk and a skunk tail. I don't know what that card means. All the shoes fell from the sky. Maybe your life came crumbling down. I'm not sure. But these kind of look like the hands are all glowing and they all are different colors. So I wonder if that has anything to do with your chakras. And that up here at the top, that kind of reminds me of dragonfly wings. Okay. The clouds. There's something about these clouds too. Okay. Spirit wants me to split the deck. So we're going to do that. Move this aside here. Goodness. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. Which one? This one. Number 27. The number 27 also can represent a 9. Okay. Let's see here. Oh. Okay. So double check. I thought it might have been number 50, whatever it was. Okay. Let's see. That's where Spirit wants us to begin here. The Four of Wands. Okay, so the Four of Wands, I mean, that's something that you really should be giving yourself a good pat on the back about. So you must be working really hard on something. Congratulations should be in order too. Like maybe you should even take that time to breathe and like rejoice, have a party even, honor yourself. There's something that they want you to honor. Give yourself like a pat on the back, stay focused on your goals, and thank those who have helped you reach those goals. Okay. Oh, and this is Two of Cups. The Two of Cups, you could be starting a new friendship, or you could even like a new relationship, like even maybe more than just a friendship. And this is about like, this card represents, it's about, somebody that's going to be sticking around. It's going to last. The relationship's going to last. They're going to be you might want to look around the people that are around you, because if they're not around you, they're going to be coming in. But this is somebody that is going to be around for the long haul. The long haul. Okay, so if that's the case, then why all the shoes that fell from the sky? Maybe this is where you've come from. There's something in this card they want you to know. Let me look that up. Number 21. Let me find that the book. The book. Oh, here it is. Okay, number 21. Look, and I even opened it to 11. I mean, I'm telling you, these ones and twos, I don't know what is going on with these numbers. Oh, there's 22 even. Okay. The essential meaning is waiting for the other shoe to drop, expectation of failure as a means of self-sabotage, fear of success, and trusting good fortune. So this might be something that you're really working hard on, but in that same token, you fear this relationships, you fear the success. Okay, what is it that you want them to know here, Spirit? Okay, you want me to just start here? Sometimes when good things are presented to us, we keep our guard up because we're still expecting the worst to happen. Yeah, you could have been somebody that, like, every time you move forward in life, something crappy happens. We exaggerate our fears, or we get triggered and begin to speak about what is missing, what does not work, what could go wrong, or why we shouldn't attempt something. We may genuinely want something but push it away, rationalizing that we won't get it perfect. Oh, I see. You could be a perfectionist. This mindset is actually a way to exert control over an outcome. You're trying to control the situation. Okay. This mindset is actually the way to exert control over an outcome. You can either fail nor succeed when you keep yourself suspended, staring at the proverbial shoe falling from the sky. It's easier to maintain the status that it takes to take the risk and move toward your dream and take action to build something better. Okay, so what is it that you need to work on here? This card gently tells you it's time to shift your thinking. Nothing will ever be perfect, and there will always be a shoe that drops here and there. That's life. If you don't step forward toward your dream, you'll regret it. So summon your courage, and the dream weavers will weave their magic of protection around you and shower you with love. All the shoes may fall from the sky in some other universe, but not in yours. Oh my God, that's beautiful, Spirit. So they're telling you, like, whatever you're working on right now, let go of that, like, change that thinking, because it is going to happen, but you can prevent it if you don't shift your thinking. Okay, Spirit. So they need to shift their thinking. Okay. So what else do you want to go here? On this deck here, and on the bottom, it's number 47. Go the distance. Again, that's another 11. Go the distance. Yeah, do that final shift. Okay. Finally do that. Okay. Well, bring a new life. Absolutely, Spirit. Spirit, do you want them to know here? You know, this friendship is something I think that you've been dreaming of having, this connection. something that's more, something that's lasting. Okay. Goodness. Milk and honey, number 51. Milk and honey. Yeah. Look at higher powers on the bottom. And this is where they were talking about here, that you're going to be surrounded by a higher power. New life again. Look at that, Spirit. This is going to bring a new life for you. Okay. This, I believe, is about prosperity, because this is like the nectar of life. It's like the miracle. You're gonna, it's some kind of shifting or something. They want me to look that up. I don't know what's in the card. I've never looked at this book before. Number 51. I have to pull that card. Okay. Oh, I can pull it out of the box even. Number 51. His number. Yeah. Look, and I opened that page to 11 again. 51. 2. Here we go. 51. Boy, there's a lot in this. What do you want, Spirit? Oh my gosh. That's what this is about. Prosperity. The taste of prosperity. Opportunities born of authenticity. Nurturing abundance. Trusting that your needs will be met. And this is what I'm talking about. That's what this is talking about. To shift your mind, because you can have all what was in your dreams, but you can also alter it with your thinking if you don't shift that, waiting for that shoe to drop kind of energy. And you know, when you're waiting for the shoe to drop, you kind of, you're tense too. You kind of hold that, like, you know, when is it going to happen kind of issue, you know what I mean? So the message here is you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambiguous. That's not what they want. Oh, there's a relationship message here. Oh, that's what they want. Okay. And a protection message as well. Oh, and a prosperity message. Okay, I think this might have to do with, okay, hold on. The relationship. I think this is about the relationship here. Okay. So sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers, sweet moments of understanding and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. Your heart's calling will be answered. And I even said that you've been calling, you've been asking for this in your dreams or something here. Okay. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you will be nourished with honey of abundance. That's why I called it the nectar. Okay, so the prosperity is there is only one authentic you. And they spoke about being authentic in that other card there. This version of yourself, yep, is spirit's emissary in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. And that's what they were talking about, because this card, it was saying how the fear, when you have that fear, that is coming from your ego self. That's why they have the light and dark here. Okay. And they're mirroring each other here. So you're going to find somebody that's going to mirror the way you think, your spiritual understanding, your belief system, your morals, your character. This person is going to be, this is going to be great here. Or people, it could be more than one, right? Because this is like a celebration, this card here. So, you're not going to only celebrate yourself, you're going to be celebrating this union even. All right, what else do you want them to know here, Spirit? It's about the prosperity. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, and I did even say about the miracles. This is about miracles too. I don't really know these cards either. I don't know my cards like most people do theirs. Okay, so now is the time when you're seeking your true north. When you find this, when you find this direction, you automatically step into prosperity, and the world brings you evidence of abundance. See, I get the hiccups. Sorry, you might be somebody that is getting the hiccups right now. I don't know what's going on. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. With each choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. Opportunities will lead you to your best life now. Be open to them. You're getting sweet taste of what you want. Wow, Spirit. That's beautiful. Ooh, and there's also a protection message, which I think is really cool because this also talked about how you're going to be surrounded. So the protection, so this actually is for like everything that is listed right here, all three of these. Wow, Spirit. Okay, so this one here, I'm still on this protection message. A nameless unease compels you to turn to pleasure and confront as a means of escape what's really going on. If it works on in the moment, but only fleetingly before the feelings return, and you need to re-up until you're exhausted, feeling worse than before. You may continue struggling, or you may see the light and choose to surrender to Spirit. Now, the light and surrender to Spirit. Oh, Lord. This is okay. The reading's kind of blowing me away just a little bit here. You may see the light and choose to surrender to Spirit. Now is the time for practicing extreme self-care. If you can, do so before you engage in behaviors you'll regret later. You are so loved, so cared for. Feel love and compassion for yourself. Turn your troubles over into the divine for healing. That's all that counts right now. So that's what they're saying, to surrender that fear to Spirit, to the higher power. Wow. That's amazing, Spirit. Wow. Okay. I mean, I just keep saying, wow, wow. And, it's going to bring this new life for you. Wow. Okay. Whoa. Okay. I need to step back a minute from this because, like, it's blowing me away. Look on the bottom, his heart, too. Look at a bird. Birds might be, change me, divine, beloved, into, look at evolution underneath. Okay. Change me, divine, beloved, into who can allow love to lead my life. May I offer myself completely to the highest, so all may occur as needed. Grant me peace and what? And contentment wherever I am. Use me for the greatest good. They're talking about I allow love to lead. That's so that you can bring in this Spirit, it's to bring in this with grace. Look at that, the grace. Wow. Okay. Available. I am open. See, they're asking you, yeah, to be open to this. All right, Spirit. All right, so what do you want this group to know? This one. Clarity. Clarity is my birthright. Wow, Spirit. Change me, divine beloved, into one who remembers in every moment my true self. Love, light, wisdom, and divinity. And they're talking again about, well, the love and the love. The love and the love. That's funny that I said that, the love and the love. The love and the light. And also they're talking about the true self, that authenticity that they were talking about earlier. Ooh, okay, there's this one here. Okay, they want me to bring out a couple from this one here. You have creativity. Creativity blockages are holding you back. No joke, and it comes right out under here too. And that's what they were talking about with this card. And you may struggle to find inspiration or motivation in your work. Okay, they're splitting it here. Attraction, the balance of attraction may be off. One person may be more invested than the other, or attraction may be waning. Okay, so this might not be somebody that's around you yet, or you've met yet. Okay, let's see here, Spirit, what do you want here? Oops. Okay, so what do you want here? Desire. Overwhelming desire may be leading to dissatisfaction or control issues in a relationship. Again, they're talking about that control. So you could be somebody that really struggles with, when you struggle with control like that, that's probably because, like in your wounded child, you didn't have control. Look, and romance on the bottom, and it comes right out here. Oh my God, Spirit. Romantic energy is flowing, bringing sweetness and tenderness to your relationship. New sparks are flying. I'm telling you, you're going to meet somebody or somebodies. So, like you could be with having a friendship, and it's going to grow into more than a friendship, but starting off as a friendship is always a really good thing. Okay, Spirit, what else here? One of these. Okay. Look, and wisdom came out is on the bottom. They were just talking about over here with this clarity about your birthright, your wisdom, your inner voice, Spirit, your milk and honey, oh my gosh. And then I just realized too, it's the ego and your light self and your dark self. Just like in this card, you have your ego here. Yeah, you gotta be careful because your ego can take over your light. Celebration, look, Spirit, look, and that's what this card is about, celebrating yourself. I want that, Spirit, look, and then abundance right behind it. And you have like all these colors too. I love these tree cards. I swear, like, oh, I'm so connected with them. Okay. Do you want that? Okay. They want to bring other messages. You already know the celebration and the wisdom. They said, okay, so what else do you want them to know? Ooh, be flying around now here. Okay. Allow. Look at that. It's just allow. Oh my God, allow your unique gifts, Spirit. Just allow. They want you to connect and allow. Yeah, you're somebody that has resilience. They're saying, look on the bottom, look, inner power. You have that inner power, Spirit. Look, and then celebrations creeping out right behind it. This is going to be a really big celebration for you. Listening to your inner voice and your inner power. Wow, Spirit. Okay. And, oh my goodness. It's going to bring abundance, I'm telling you. Your unique gifts. There's something here. Oh my God, yeah, I just realized. Higher power. That's inner power. Oh, that's higher power. Yeah, there you go. And then again, it's the abundance. Look, it's going to bring some kind of rebirth. Okay, is there anything else in this card, Spirit? Okay. Stuck and balance. Yeah, you know, and they're having me hold it here because over here, because here they're talking about being overwhelmed with control issues, and it will create the shoe to drop. It's going to create you to get stuck. So you have to be really careful about that. You don't want to get stuck. So you need to shift. And this is going to bring some kind of balance into your life. This energy here is going, this person or people, they're going to bring some kind of energy for you. Okay, Spirit, that's it. Look, abundance is again on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, this is going to really bring in a lot of good things for you here. Okay, they're asking me to read this card next. So number 27. Number 27. Okay. Number 27. And 27 is also a 9. Okay, 27. And a 9 represents the ending of something. So maybe this is going to give you that wisdom that you need. Okay, here we go. Truth behind the images. Just like that authenticity they're talking about, standing in your truth. Sometimes we believe that others tell us. Sometimes we believe what others tell us we are. This is that childhood wounding thing. As though the self we see reflected through their eyes is somehow more compelling than what we know ourselves to be. Yet, the accuracy of a reflection depends on the clarity, Spirit. Sorry. Depends on the clarity of which is doing the reflecting. The moon can only reflect the sun of varying degrees of faithfulness. It is not a matter of ill will. It is all in the mechanics of the situation. Yeah, see, this is where it comes up with you're not trusting, because I think, you know, all those things and thoughts and feelings that you've had before, you know, that's why you always have like you know, when is the shoe going to drop? You know what I'm saying? Okay, but, you know, like they're saying here, like, you know, you have to evaluate, you know, who is doing that reflective life, because they could be somebody that, you know, they're not of high morals anyway, right? Okay, let's see here. Take care that you don't allow the images others form of you to interfere with you learning how to know your inner voice and your inner power. That's to allow. Okay. Okay, to interfere with your learning how to know, validate, and believe in yourself. Attempting to see a full sun in the partiality of the moon doesn't lead to clarity. Turn your gaze inwards and seek a direct experience of your true nature. There you will find steady reassurance and peaceful strength. Oh, Spirit. Yes, that's that inner power they're talking about. Okay, that's been like a really beautiful message, and I hope whoever this is for, it is going to help you today or tomorrow, whenever you find this. And just remember, like, to keep shifting every time you get that thought in your mind, having a little bit of that fear, to shift that energy, and you're going to do just fine, because you have it all ready for you. You just need to, allow it and accept, and with the higher power, it's beautiful, and just allow all these miracles to happen for you. This is beautiful. So with that, Spirit, I'm going to close this reading, and I want to bid you a good day and sending love and light. Welcome, group 2. Let's see what you've chosen here. Weavers watch the dragons fly, number 41, which is also could be a 5. Now, I'm going to tell you too that before I started, the numbers 1s and 2s, so I was getting 111, 222, 12, 21. It's been really prominent today. I'm not really sure why. It might be numbers that you resonate with. Spirit asked me to bring out one of these postcards for you. You're a little bit different, this group. Group 1 had a different stack card come out. So this group here, group 2, they asked me to bring out one of these. So I'm going to pull this out and read it at the end of the reading. Okay. Oops. Do this on camera here. I always do my cuts on camera. All right, here we go. This one. My dog, I don't know what's going on. Does this say here? Hold on, I need to get my eyes. This says hope floats. Okay, I don't know what this says here. So we're just going to leave that and read it at the end. Okay. Let's see what Spirit is being so mystic about here. Okay, so we're going to start with these. The weavers watch the dragons fly. There's a message in here as well. I don't know what this card is about. Okay, so let's start with these. So we have the Fool. Ooh, exciting times. Okay, so this card is that, this is like all systems go. Like you're just more than ready to start this new journey. You just want to get on with it. But also, there could be a little fear that you have because of the unknown. So instead of being so gung-ho, maybe you need to slow down just a little bit instead. And also, like, instead of having that little twang, I heard the little twang of fear, think of it like find joy in the unknown instead of fearing the unknown. Think about it as like, what happy things are we going to find in this new way of being. The other thing too is I think you're being advised a little bit, like where they're talking about like slowing down a little bit, that you just use a little bit of caution and maybe some intuition before you just like jump into something with both feet. One step at a time, 1 foot at a time, basically. Yeah. Okay, Spirit. And what's the number on this card too? I don't know what the number is. Oh, it's 0. Okay. So you're starting at 0. Okay, that's good, I guess. Let me keep it over here so I can utilize it when I need it. Okay. And now we have the Ten of Cups. You know what? The Ten of Cups is like one of the happiest cards in the entire deck. So you could be having a lot of joy right now. And oh, they were actually just talking about that, like find that joy in the unknown. So that's why, because you're already having a lot of happiness right now, or you soon will be. It's like right around the corner. So if you're having all that happiness, maybe you're a little bit worried about like the unknown, because like, are you going to still be happy? And I believe the answer is yes for that. Also, with this happiness and this feeling so positive and all this joy, it I think it helps you shine. And with that, it makes others see your happiness, and that makes them happy for you. But whenever this happiness, like if you're like this joy, if it's not here already, like whenever it does arrive, appreciate that joy. Appreciate those moments that you're having. Like, okay, they want me to read. There's something here. They don't want me to go further until I read that. So number 41. Let's see what this card is about here. Oh, I just opened it to 12 too. 41. But 41, like 41, the number 41 can also represent 5, and 5 can also represent change. So, I mean, kind of goes with that, doesn't it? What is it that you want them to know here? Okay, so it says here, a good question to ask about the subject you want this oracle to illuminate is, what am I making this mean? What if you removed your assumptions? What if nothing is ever personal? Now is the time to look at your situation and see it for what it is. Step back and look at the bigger picture. Remain neutral and curious, but willing to explore it from a different perspective. That's kind of like talking about what I was just saying here with the Fool. Okay. There is so much more to discover here. So it's important not to get caught up in the being right, or getting caught up in the smallest details that obscure a more expansive potential. Even in the most joyful times, you still run the risk of thinking it will always be that way, when everything will change and evolve, even transcend this forever place, because that is the truth of life. You're on a beautiful journey, and it will remain open and hopeful and willing to discover things that are unknown to you. Unknown to you, Jay Spirit. That gift of curiosity will lead you to treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Just like what they're talking about, these two cards, like, wow. Like the dream weavers watch the dragons fly, so should you observe your inner and outer worlds in the same manner. When you really learn to pay attention, you can say, that's interesting. The hidden doors of perception swing wide. Such wisdom has always lived inside you. Did you know? Did you know you were so fortunate? Stay open. Oh my gosh, Spirit, that is like amazing. That just represented everything here. Whew. Okay. I love how they do this. I love it, how they do this. Okay, so that's going to bring out this deck next. Chop wood. Yeah, building that foundation. And 42 also represents 6. Okay. So you have 5, then you have 6. Okay. What do you want here, Spirit? Community. Ooh. Blessed. You absolutely are blessed. When I was cutting this deck, that came out, and look, there's the number 8, the affinity. Oh, chaos and conflict on the bottom, number 33. Nope, that's not for you. Okay. Oh, look at that. And that's number 22. And in the last reading I did, number 21 came out, but this one's number 22. The twos and the ones are really prominent in these readings. I'm not really sure what all the ones and twos. You must be seeing a lot of ones and twos in series of different like setups of ones and twos. And even today, and it's funny too, because they had me look at my calendar here, which is right above this card. And it's today's the 22nd. It's 2222. Oh, and I did see 2222 earlier too. Yeah. Okay. All right, Spirit, what is it that you want me to... They want to pull the book out for this here. I don't know why they had me reading the books for this. Okay, so the blessed one or this one? They said there's just a little thing here for this one, and then they want me to read something in that. So number 8. Oh, what this is all about. Okay. Okay, so community, the essential meaning is belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. Okay, so they want me to, this is about a relationship. They want me to read the little relationship message here. So it says, you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. These are times when you follow and the other person leads. And sometimes when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of the dance. Yet, you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. No joke, Spirit. I was just talking about number 5 and the changes. Wow. Okay, so number 22. They want something here, number 22. I don't know what that is. 22. The essential meaning is something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected. Oh, yeah, that is unearned and unexpected. Grace, that it is an unforeseen gift from Spirit. Okay, so what is it they want me to read here? Relationship. Okay, so the relationship message again here for this card. You are moving toward a deepening of intimacy in a unique and sacred partnership. You know you are meant to make this connection. This union, blessed by the divine, will bring transformation and beauty to the world. Again, that transformation is number 5 again. Ooh. This is also a sign that even more important, you've being called to a deeper intimacy with yourself and spirit. With this new development, you will see evidence of grace in your life. You know, this might have something to do with the first reading too. There's like similarities when it comes to this like relationship thing. Okay, let's move on here. What next? Oh, this one. Mystery. The unknown. Spirit. That's funny. I rest in the unknown. It literally just says that. But the Fool card was talking about how like you could have a little bit of fear of the unknown. But instead of thinking about it as fears, think about like, oh, what's the kind of joy that you're going to find in the unknown, and maybe slow things down just a little bit. Well, slowing down is sleeping too, right? Change me, divine beloved, into one who rests peacefully in the unknown until the right and timely actions are shown. I offer the mystery to you alone. Wow, Spirit. Generosity. What's this here? They're splitting. Your fear. Look, they had me splitting it on fear. There's something about this fear that you need to know about. I invite you, divine beloved, to move through me in all ways, guiding my actions in every moment. Let me release all fear and feel unbridled openness to the new. I release all fear, Spirit. Release all fear. Look at that. You can even ask dragons to come in and help remove that fear. Release that fear and the mystery. Wow. We were just talking about that. Do you want the mystery card, Spirit? Okay, they said no. But mystery is really the unknown. Rest in the unknown. I just really want to take this card. Okay. Yeah, look at adventures right underneath this. I will ride the tide. Change me, divine beloved, into one who rides the tide happily, trusting where I am being led, even when everything doesn't make sense yet. And that's where that, that happiness is, the joy. Oh my God, Spirit. You just, you blow me away again. Okay, so what else did you want here? Okay, so they want one of these to come out here. Boundaries is on the bottom. Okay, let's see here. Oh, my thumb is starting to hurt. I'm going to have to rewrap it. Oh. What's going on here? I swear sometimes Spirit does that to flip the cards around because these are red on either. Doing it to mix them up here. Okay. Well, boundaries is back on the bottom. Teamwork, yeah, it's teamwork. Collaboration and teamwork are key to achieving your goals. You work well with others, respecting and supporting each other. Spirit. They're talking about with, but yet still have the independence. Exactly. You are cultivating a strong sense of independence, no longer relying on others to define your happiness or success. Spirit. That's funny. Okay, another one. Okay. Ooh, some popped right out. Breakthrough. Oh, did I spin that? Okay, that wasn't supposed to come out. Okay. All right. What's going on with these cards today? It's flying all over the place. Oh my goodness, Spirit. What's going on? Look, independence came out again. All right. I have to do a controlled thing here because it's support. You know, that card kept coming out and I kept pushing it back in. That's funny. Okay, support. You may feel isolated or unable to accept help. Open your heart to the support around you because you have the community here. See, this is that fear again. So you have the teamwork here, and then you have the support. You have it, you have it all in place here. I'm not sure why you're resisting it. Oh, look at this. You may feel indecisive or anxious about making the right career choices, leading to delays or missed opportunities. So you're being indecisive. You fear that unknown. You're afraid of that unknown. It keeps coming out. They're splitting the deck here. Let me see what they want. Attraction. Strong attraction binds you and another person together. This connection is both emotional and physical, drawing you closer. So they have this support. I don't know why you're fighting it. I don't know why this fear is so big here. And I see these eyes too, and it's just like you have your eye on something. Okay, and this came out again, responsibility. And it originally came out under community, and I pushed it back in with the support. But it's saying here, you may feel overwhelmed by the responsibilities you've taken on or are losing sight of your own needs, losing sight while fulfilling others' expectations. That's what it is. So you feel like you're losing sight of yourself, that you're losing yourself in this relationship. You might feel like you're going to lose yourself, but you're not going to lose yourself in this relationship, they said, because this person's going to be your equal. Yeah, there's no competition. There's not going to be a competition with this individual. With these individuals, I heard, it started to split and then it slid. Opportunities. New opportunities are coming your way, offering a chance for significant progress in your personal and professional life. So you have all the teamwork, you have the support, you have the community. You know what? And now you're going to have all these opportunities on top of it. And that's what this card is. This is what all this happiness is about. It's not just about, meeting somebody either. I mean, your happiness comes in for all different things. So you have some kind of opportunity trying to come in here for you, but your fear, you gotta control that fear. And don't worry, like I was saying, with these eyes, like, you were looking at, you're not losing yourself. You just keep that self-care, right? Okay, what deck? This one. Okay. There's but a couple of these to come out. Maybe this. Celebration, yeah. You're going to be celebrating, that's for sure. Celebration kept coming out in that group 1 too. You might be seeing a lot of dragons. You might be seeing a lot of giraffes and birds as well. Healing. Yeah. You got to heal this fear of the unknown. Birth. The 7th crown chakra. Yeah, you're going to be birthing in this new spirit. I'm getting the word blessed here. Look, and renewals on the bottom. It's going to bring like a whole new renewal here. Yeah, and you see how like this giraffe, like it's bent over, like, assisting you. That's that support. But you know, a giraffe also can have a higher perspective. They can see things in the distance like the birds can. Just be. Yeah, this is where they're talking about slowing down and thinking of using caution and using your intuition. Just be. Okay, is there another message in this deck here? Let's see. I feel like there's one more message. Look on the bottom, they said mystery, spirit. That's that unknown again. The new growth, that's that finding that joy in the unknown. Like it's going to bring new growth for you. It's going to birth. Okay. And they want the growth here. That's what this crown chakra, this blessing. You know what? And underneath that, it has believe. This is something that you have to really believe and remove this fear. Have this belief that it's possible, that you can get rid of this, whatever's going on. Okay, so we're going to read the postcard now. Let us ask you, are you looking for happiness outside of your everyday moment to moment experience, thinking you will find happiness out there someday? You may go chasing a magic it out there, but it never could be found there. So we want to share a secret that shouldn't be a secret. You are pure joy. They're talking a lot about that joy. What made you is pure joy. And every time you wake up, and even when you sleep, no joke, spirit. Love how they do this. You have joy waiting to be expressed inside you. Joy and happiness and fulfillment come from doing joy, being joy, knowing it, cultivating it, and lighting it in your heart so you can share it. You must know this so when the time comes, you will be fully free, and your joyful being and actions will turn you into a beacon of starlight. Look within and be joyful, even for tears and loss, for they mean you have lived, really lived. Jump into it all, the love, every minute. We all love you like crazy over here. Jump into it, just like the fool, like you're so excited, like you to jump in feet first. Oh my God, spirit, this is absolutely beautiful. Okay, spirit, with that, I'm just going to close this reading, and I hope this reading finds you well. I hope this has been helpful for you today, and I'm going to bid you a good day, and I'm sending love and light. Welcome, group 3. Let's see what you've chosen. You get the feather. I also found a black feather today, so that might have something to do with this reading for group 3. Also, the numbers 1, 1s and 2s, so series of 111, 1111, and then the series is of 2, so 222, and then 2222. So 1 2 2 1. It's just been all mixed up with the 1s and the 2s. So this might have something to do with you. I don't know what the significance is of those numbers. It might be something that you're seeing or are going to be seeing. So number 24, weavers share their magic tea. Yeah, you get your reading's going to be a lot different. And then you have number 8 could be a dragonfly. So you get an extra card here. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter, I suppose. Okay. There's a message in these cards. I'm not sure what the message is right now. There's something they want me to pull out of the book. You also, for this group, received 3 tarot cards. So we're going to find out what this is all about here. So first one is 5 of Knives. Okay, Five of Knives. This could be something that you're blaming yourself over. Like you feel like something that is your fault. This is what's causing you to have like these weird feelings. Also, it could have been because it's something that you were pushing or rushing, trying to force. It wasn't like an organic type growth. It was something that you were pushing. And maybe, having a little bit of patience and slowing things down could be helpful going forward. And this card is also about mastering your own thoughts and controlling that worry, because worry only begets more worry. So you don't really get anywhere. You just get more worry. So you get stuck in that. So let's see what else you have here. Four Cups. The Four Cups is basically a way that you present yourself to the world. So you could be masking who you truly are. Like you're putting up this air of that you got it all figured out, but deep down, you know what's going on. You know that you have a lot less confidence. You know this. So you're being encouraged to be genuine with people in your life, and that this card also, it's about what makes you happy. Not everyone around you, but what makes you happy, just for you. This is to be just for you, to let people see the real you. And I think that you're worried about that. And, like you are worthy, and others will see your shine and they'll love you for it. So, release that fear that people won't think well of you, or you have to have that belief in yourself. But being genuine with people, that's souls resonate with other souls. It's not so much your physical, what the airs that you put off about yourself. It's those moments of you being very genuine with people in your life, and that is where the true beginning is. Okay. Oh, the Eight of Wands. And that's like the number 8 is the infinity symbol too. And the wands, you'll see that they're all pointing in one direction. Wands is all about change here. The Eight of Wands, it's like change is on the way. So maybe that you're making that internal change. This is going to bring you you're going to receive some kind of clarity, and that you are definitely heading in the right direction here. They want you to find some kind of clarity. They're also mentioning how, like, not to fight this new direction, like this new way of being. Like, don't fight that energy. Okay, so there's something here in these cards. They keep drawing me back to these cards. There's something here they want you to know. Let's see what they have here. So number 24. Let's see here. Okay, so divine inspiration that could be life-changing. Spirit. That's what this is all about. Change is on the way here. Okay, so being receptive and curious to following through, selflessness. Yeah, it's not selfless to, to do this inner work. Okay, what do you want here? Okay, so this card represents your inspiration, and how that inspiration could come to you. Like, inspiration can come to you in different ways. You could just be out walking or meditating or having a shower. It's like those early mornings, or just at that verge of falling asleep, and you get those really great downloaded ideas. those are the moments that you need to stop and write down those ideas for yourself, because there's messages in those ideas for you, is what that I just was told. So here they're saying here, you feel like you could explode with hope. These are gifts from the divine, from source, the conscious universe, or any other name you claim to describe spirit. These gifts come unbidden and may answer a query you forgot you even asked. So inspiration is a feeling, sense, and comes with its own intelligence and logic. It's as if you have been at a complicated series of locks that have kept you away from the next manifestation of a destiny you've always known but just couldn't get to. Suddenly, all the locks just begin turning. Pins click into place and the door swings open to let the light shine in. That's that clarity that they're talking about. Okay. And okay, now you have inspiration in all its technicolor glory. Did you think the Dreamweaver would keep their magic tea all to themselves? You just need to stay receptive and follow through on your curiosity. Then watch the magic arise to greet you. Inspiration wants to give you a gift. Let it. This is the inspiration they're talking about. This is that change. I think this has to do with like because you feel like things have been your fault. But I think it has to do with the fact that you're not being authentic and you're spending too much time in this worry. You have to change this thinking to change the thinking. And see, and the number 5 too, the 5 represents the change. And then this also is about bringing in the change. And it's surrounding you. So I get it. So what they're saying here is this is where you were. This is what you're working on, being genuine. Oh, and this is going to bring in that rapid change spirit. Cool. Okay, so number 8. Let's see here. Number 8. And see, number 8 is what goes around comes around too, right? All right, the dragonfly. So see the meaning beyond the illusion of perception. Signs from the universe are all around. Recognize the outer world as a living oracle and pay attention to the signs. Okay, so what else do you want them to know here? It's common to develop a relationship to a sign that always shows up when the spirit of someone you've loved and lost is nearby. Oftentimes, it is based in nature, like a feather. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, well, okay. I'm sorry, I got thrown off with the feather because this was the group that had the little white feather. And I was telling you how I found a big black feather. I have it right here, actually. And I found this feather. Oh, they want me to explain something right now to you. Okay, so they want me to put this little white feather. Okay, so what they're saying is the light is always inside you. And what they're saying is this black feather, this is the ego self. And the more you pour into yourself, the more imagination, the more creativity, the more letting go of this type of thinking. And they even had me put it out here, letting this ego go and letting this light. This is the light that you've always carried, this light inside you. And now they want it so that the light is going to be this size and the ego is going to be, so they want to reverse it. That's the change. But you being authentic, as authentic as you can, that's going to bring all that miraculous change with the 8, because everything's pointed in the right direction here and it's coming in fast. Oh, spirit, I have tinglies like literally everywhere. This reading for you, oh, I think this might be somebody I'm connected to because I am having such a big reaction to it. Okay. Okay, I gotta get back to the feather thing. It's blown me away. Okay. Okay, so oftentimes it is based on in nature, like a feather or a butterfly. Maybe a dragonfly shows up to let you know you're on the right track. Now is the time for you to trust those signs in the world around you as a way in which the universe reflects you, witnesses you, and loves you dearly. Pay attention, as the entire world is your oracle. Uncanny and serendipitous occurrences remind you that you matter, that the universe is watching over you. I have a feeling you could be crying right now. I'm getting this overwhelming surge of emotion within me, in my heart, and yeah, okay, reground. Okay, could it be a simple dragonfly, or is that a message from spirit sparkling through its wings? Trust these symbolic moments. They are sacred and personal. Oh my God, spirit. Okay, that just blows me away. Again, blows me away. Oh, they didn't have me pull out a card to read to you at the end. Do you want a card, spirit? Okay. They're asking me to pull out this deck here. Okay. I'm really drawn to that card, but I don't know. Let's see what the number is. 45. And again, that could be a 9. Okay. That's that completion of a cycle. Okay. Oh, my thumb is killing me. I should have wrapped it before I continue with group 3. Broke it again the other day. Okay, let's see here. Just mix these up a little, and then I'm going to cut the deck. There's, these cards, I pull them out often to put aside to read at the end, but I have never seen all of the cards. I'm like that with all of my decks, though, because Spirit has me buy so many so often. You want this one? Number 36, again, another 9. Oops. A lot of the same colors in this reading, too. A lot of the pinks, and oh my goodness, look at that. Okay. All right. So let's keep going here. Acceptance. Oh my. They want you to accept, and they want you to have acceptance here. What does it say? Let me love and accept myself as you love me. May I find you shining brightly within my own being. Just like they had me show you with the feathers. Oh my God, Spirit, you're blowing me away today. Yeah, they're saying to have some kind of curiosity about what I'm telling you. It's going to lead you on the right path. Unfolding. Change me, divine beloved, into the one who lets you guide things according to your will. May the highest unfold in all ways. And you'll see that there's like this dark and the light too. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, let's just keep going here. Let's see what they want to bring out this deck. Okay, Spirit. What do you want this group to know here? I just heard believe in yourself. Decisions. Change me, divine beloved, into one. Okay. Change me, divine beloved, into one who can offer all decisions to you. May I trust during times of transition that the perfect actions will be shown. Grant me patience to allow events to line up as they need to. That's what I was just talking about. This card, like you might have been pushing things and not letting it organically develop. You were you were pushing things. Perfect actions are shown. Okay, is there another card in here? Oh my God, and there's that butterfly. They were just talking about that butterfly. Oh, and oh my goodness. So now, in the holy space between, allow me, divine beloved, to rest in that holy space between what is and what will be. Let me fully embrace, relax, and bless the now. And I was just reading about this card here, about how like it could be a butterfly, a dragonfly, like the world is your oracle. And and I see this yellow and the orange, and that speaks to me about your sacral and your solar plexus is being healed right now, because even this dragonfly is orange and it has like all this yellow around it too. And it does speak to me about clearing. That's where all your self-esteem, your willpower, the feelings with your relationships, that's where all of this is. And the yellow is represents your solar, and that is your light, and that is that gut instinct that you have. That's where all that is. And also with that, it's like your second brain. Wow, Spirit, that's amazing. Okay, and they were just, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. Like they stump me. They really truly do. Okay, so you're shifting your thinking. This is really good. Okay, so what do you want them to know here, Spirit? Yeah, all opportunities on the bottom. You're going to have like opportunities coming to you now that you're with this mind shifting, with the way you're thinking, and trying not to force things. See, this is I think you used to be a major manifester, but when you're forcing it, it derails it or something. But it's always going to flow back. I just heard, like, though you might have missed one opportunity, the flow, it'll flow back to you. That the water too, and the cups. Leadership. You are stepping into a leadership role. Ooh, sorry. Guys. Inspiring others and guiding your team towards success and confidence and clarity. Okay, so that's that clarity that we were talking about. Let's find out that clarity. Okay, so, it's the balance. Look at that. You are finding balance in your life, whether between work and personal time or between material and spiritual needs. Spirit, just like they were talking about. That in between. Okay. All right, here we go. Whoa. Okay, what do you want to go with? Balance, Spirit? Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, this is like rushing things here, and it's flipping things over, and innovation. Look, and it even talks about your creativity here, because that's what this card talks about, is creativity, the letting your creativity flow. So innovation, look, and there's even a light bulb. I think you're having this moment of clarity, because light is being shone down on it and in it, because of the feather, because they were trying to flip the change. Okay, so innovation, your creativity and innovation are shining in your work. You are thinking outside the box and bringing fresh perspectives and solutions. Trust. Have that trust. Is there another card here, Spirit? Okay. It's going to bring some kind of financial stability, though, whatever is going on, and something about memories. You were reflecting on past love experiences. Cherish the warmth and lessons from previous relationships. Okay, so that's where that's coming out here. Because, you know, you feel like something might have been your fault. Again, like they said, though, because it's like the number 8, they bring in the affinity symbol. It's telling me that, you know, the 8 of Wands, like it's going to, oh yeah, I just realized that. You got the 8 of Wands and you have the 8 here. So you're surrounded, like if you've missed it, no big deal. I mean, you might feel like it's a big deal, but it's not going to be a big deal because what goes around comes around. And see how like this even is going to swirl back. It might be whatever swirled away. It's going to swirl right back at you though, because you haven't lost sight. I just heard you have not lost sight. You know, this might have something to do with one of the last reading, group 2 even. I don't know. Okay. All right. So this is the lesson that you need to learn. Whatever happened here, being authentic is the importance. This is important for you to do. Okay, so they want me to bring out a card here. Okay, they're asking me to make just a little bit more room here. So this goes here. They must want 2 cards for here. Okay, because these are for these here. These 2. Wow, that's amazing, Spirit. And I loved how you talked about the butterfly here and that. Oh. Okay. You know, and I see all this blue here. I see how he's wearing this green. And I noticed that like the green has been really prominent here. And that's that heart healing. And I think it even came out with a card earlier about heart healing. And the blue, that talks about your speech, about speaking your truth. Oh, this is the one that had a bit about the throat chakra, because they had me tune my throat chakra before I started any of these readings. Okay. Okay, so what do you want them to know here, Spirit? Okay, on the bottom, purpose. You have a purpose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's something about 5 because that's the change. I don't know why they had me count that. You have a specific purpose that you're supposed to be doing or learning or healing. Oh my God, Spirit, I even said about the healing, about the green. I was just talking about that. And the transition. And more of that yellow and the sacral and the solar. Okay, this might be something for the fall. This might be something, this transition might be happening for you more in the fall, because the wands, and you have a goal that you're focused on the goal. You know, I noticed that there's these mountains here and behind, and there's also mountains here. You might live near the mountains. You know, here too, they're saying how you should be using the water as a healing. That's probably why they brought out the dragonfly, because dragonflies are birthed out of the water. It'll bring a rebirthing. Okay, Spirit. Okay, so the transition, I believe, is going to happen in the fall. I mean, you took a risk. I think you feel like you've really taken a risk here, but, you know, this is going to benefit you in the end, whatever this risk is that you've taken. Oh my goodness. And I was just getting ready to continue shuffling, and the purpose card slipped, and look at this, reconnect with spirit. And I was just saying how like something might have swirled away, like here, swirled out of your, but it's going to come back. You need to reconnect with spirit though. Okay, you need to reconnect with spirit. or stay connected. If you've reconnected, stay connected, because reconnect with spirit. That's that 8. Like you were never meant to break that. Okay. But I see here, like this cup, the 10 of cups here, or the 4 of cups. Sorry, I don't know why I said 10. I don't know why I said 10. With the 4 of cups here, like you can see how that cup is like shining. That's going to be you. When you live in that genuine, when you're genuine and you live in that authentic truth speaking, you're going to shine. You're literally going to shine, and everybody will be attracted to it. And you'll build some kind of, oh my God, you'll build wisdom. And you'll see the purple and the green here. And the purple is where that's that connection to spirit. And the green is that healing the heart. Okay. The wood element too here. Look, and crown chakra comes out yet again. Okay, so purple might be one of your colors. You might want to work with purple. Also, the crown chakra is where you connect with spirit. Okay. So purple might be something that would benefit you at this time. And look, the green right into the middle too. I wonder if this has anything to do with healing. This is 36 and the ending too. I think you're ending this, the person, the old version of you. You're ending who this thinking, and you're just moving on. Okay. 36, right? 46 though. Look at that, and that makes another 10. 10, 10. It's interesting. Let it live. 36. Yep. After one has an intuition, a choice needs to be made to act upon it. This is when a clash between soul and ego. No joke. They're asking me to bring up the feather and lay it here as a reminder. Both this ego here. Holy Spirit. They want to flip it so that this size is going to be your ego. And this is going to be your light shining. Wow, Spirit. They bring up about the feather. It's going to make me burst into tears. I swear to God. Okay. So I'm, you know what I mean? I don't know why I'm so surprised. My connection with spirit is just so amazing. And I don't know why I get overwhelmed by it sometimes. It's just, and it's been like this my whole life. And there's times that I have regrets that I haven't tapped into this when I was in my early 20s, but I let life get into the way. Okay. After one has an intuition, a choice needs to be made to act upon it. This is when a clash between soul and ego can be experienced. The soul wishes to move forward, but the ego can create traps that undermine progress. One trap, that's why they had me put it here, one trap may be excessive fear based on feeling inadequate to the task, or an inflated, erroneous view that if something is designed or destined, then no work is required on our part. And it should effortlessly manifest out of thin air. And I did talk about your manifesting, that you were trying to force it and it wasn't going to. I can't believe that they pull out these cards, and then at the end of the reading it has everything to do. It blows my mind. It really truly does. It is good to have faith in the power of the universe as our co-creative ally, but it does not do our work for us. Humans need to hold up their side of things. In forgetting this, the prospect of the hard work required to grow can be misinterpreted as a sign that something is not right, and one should therefore give up. Let me read that again. Humans need to hold up their side of things. In forgetting this, the prospect of the hard work required to grow can be misinterpreted as a sign that something is not right, and one should therefore give up. You are meant to bring something to life. Do your work, but also allow the universe to play a part in your manifestation. Seek a moderate approach for your best success. Do not talk yourself out of your destiny. Oh my God, I was just talking about the throat chakra and all that had to do with this reading. But what they're saying here is seek a moderate approach for your best success. And I said in the very beginning that perhaps if you slow things down, that slowing, having the patience and slowing things down could help. And now they're just talking about this. I gotta get out of this, because this is just blowing me away, and I could just keep going on and on. I could pull out all these cards and just blow your mind. Okay, Spirit, my mind is blown. I need to let this go. Okay, so thank you for bringing these beautiful messages to everyone, and I hope this video finds you well. I hope this has been very helpful to you, and I hope you really do resonate in it, because this was probably one of my favorite groups, just because you know, like the feather, just too much for me today. I swear to God, Spirit. All right, I gotta let this go. So I hope this finds you well, and I hope you have a good day, and send in love and light.